Hey guys, it's Comment Saturday. You need to excuse the angle. I've got you the camera on the ground here. I I didn't bring my stand with me, and I don't have my phone holder, so we have to make do this way. Okay, so today's video, I want to talk about developmental drills, conditioning exercises. I mean, I talked about the body condition when you're toughening the body, but this is more to strengthen the muscles involved. Okay, so when you go to most martial arts schools, classes, they'll show you technique and they'll show you combinations and forms and things like that. But they're not going to show you a lot of the developmental drills generally. Okay, you need to kind of figure that out on your own. Okay, but it's very important. Okay, you have to strengthen those muscles. Your hip flexors, your glutes, your hamstrings, your adductors, your abductors. You have to strengthen all those things. Okay. Now, how do you do that? Okay, well, let's go over that today. Okay, so first of all, there are a few things you need to keep in mind. There are 4 basic kicks that you've got. Everything else is more or less a variation of those. You got your front kicks, got your back kicks, your side kicks, and your roundhouse kicks. And you have variations, of course, but again, those are the major ones to work on. Okay, and then work on variations later on. Okay, so we're going to develop the muscles you need for those. Also, there's a drill I want to show you called the pounding stake. This comes from Xingyi. This is the internal martial arts, and you're learning that kind of upper body energy release. Okay, timing with the hands and things. With timing the hands with the feet, coordinating with the hands with the feet. Okay, going to work on those too. All right, and those things are also important. Okay. And of course there are footwork drills as well, okay? But anyways, a lot to go over. So let's start here. First of all, the basic front swing kick, okay? And this is, will train your hip flexors, okay? So get in your stance here, open up your support foot. Okay, make sure you can see my support foot there. There we go. So open that support foot, okay? And swing it up, okay? Swing it up. Now, I mean, for the sake of simplicity, I'm only going to do one leg. Obviously, you need to do both legs, but I'm not going to go over all that right now, okay? Just one will be enough to get the idea. Okay, so swing it up, okay? So as you do it, think about trying to touch your quad to your chest, okay? Think about that. Now, I mean, whether you can actually do it, most people can't, but if you think about doing that, it'll help you get up as high as you can, all right? That's the first one, okay? Next up, we're going to do a front and side swing, okay, front and back swing, and that's going to train your glutes, hamstrings, as well as your hip flexors. So I'm going to hang on something here, okay, swing here and back, okay, here and back, back. Okay, then we're going to do a variation of that. Wait a minute. Angle's a little off there. Okay. Then we're going to do a variation of that where I'm going to extend the leg in the front and the back. So the same idea, although instead of, let me get on this side, instead of simply swinging it up, I'm going to extend and then extend, right? Extend, 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 extend. And as you bring your leg back, make sure that you don't bring it out you don't want to let the leg, the knee come out like that, or what. You want to keep it close to the supporting leg. Okay, all right, and you can do this freehand, but it's best to hang on to something, because this isn't so much a balance exercise. This is to develop the muscles involved in doing it. Muscles and flexibility. Remember that flexibility, stretching is only a part of it. You need to also do the action itself. So there's contraction, there's strength training, the contraction of the muscles, as well as the flexibility. Okay? So it's a different skill than simply working on stretching. Okay? All right, now the next one here. Let's change the angle here a little bit. Hold on. Get the angle right here. Okay. Now next one we have side kick extension. Now side kick extension make sure your heel is pointed in the direction you're kicking towards, okay? And get that leg up to chamber. So my heel is lined up with my butt here, and then I extend. So you see, so I'm bringing my knee in towards so I can compress, then I'm extending it out, okay? So my heel is aimed towards my target, right? I bring in here and I extend. See? I extend. So, and after you're done, maybe 8 or 10 of these, hold 10 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? All right. So doing that, you're going to see that's going to strengthen the abductor muscles here, plus your glutes, and of course, you'll get used to that side kick position, to holding that position. Okay. And remember, it's very important to do this drill with your heel turned out. Okay. There's pivoting as well, but that's a different drill. Okay, we're just going to work on the muscles today. I mean, I can't go over every developmental drill in existence, but these are primarily for the kicking muscles, okay? And also, I'm going to show you the pounding stake and things afterwards, okay? So it's very important to have that heel pointed towards the target because that is your pivoted position, okay? Now, I know I'm probably going to get some keyboard warriors who are telling me that, you don't always have your heel pivoted all the way, and you don't always chamber like that. I'm aware of that, okay? I know that, all right? But in order to do training and train all the muscles, you need to go through the full range of motion to have the attributes. And later on, you can cut it down. You can scoop out the chamber. You might not pivot all the way, okay? These things are done in real combat. But in training, you want to get that full motion, okay? Train big, fight small, okay? So just in case I get any of you smart-ass keyboard warriors who want to chime in and tell me all this crap, okay? I'm telling you right now, okay? That's the way it is, all right? And there may be times when you will need it, okay? All right. And the next one here is the roundhouse kick, okay? Now, there are 2 ways of doing roundhouse kicks primarily. There's a snappy kind, where it's more of an extension at the knee, and then there's also the kind more in the Muay Thai style when you pivot more and the leg is straighter, okay? But the thing is that regardless of which one you do, that extension, that little whip is still very important, okay? Now, when I was taught how to kick in the Muay Thai style, okay, the coach told me that he calls that the dragon's tail. So he says, yes, the leg is mostly straight, and you swing it out like a baseball bat, but there is still a little bend there, and it gives you that little extra sting, okay? So it's important, regardless of which style you're doing, okay? So what I'm going to do here is, again, I'm going to have my heel pivoted, turned in the direction of my target, but I'm going to leave my, I'm going to aim my knee towards my target, okay? Where the side kick was like here, right? My knee is pointed towards the target, and I extend out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So you're working a lot in the quads there, all right? But also you are working on the other muscles because they are stabilizers. Your glutes, your hamstrings, your adductors, they're all working as well. Okay? So those are the major ones. Another one too is also the crescent kick drill, okay? So crescent kick, it may be helpful to have a chair or some object to kick over, and what you're doing here, or just have some frame of reference. I have a pole here, okay? And what you're gonna do here is you're gonna do an outside and inside crescent kick with each leg and then go back. So they're both going the same direction. So outside, inside, outside, inside. See? Outside, inside, outside, inside, okay? And this gives you that kind of hip mobility this way, okay? Yeah, so outside, inside, outside, inside, okay? So that also gives you that hip mobility. Okay, now the pounding stake, okay? So what we're gonna do here is there's a technique in the internal martial arts called the dragon back, when the body is like a wave. remember a dragon being a kind of mythical animal, flies and soars through the air. So if you try to embody that, all right, my body, I'll have a kind of flexible, supple, whipping back energy. So, see, my whole body's involved, right? Then here. Now, if you want to, you can rise up on my toes. You see how I have a little stomp there? Little stomp. If you want to, okay? It's not optional, okay? See? I'm using this dragon breath. So my hips come forward, and then I concave my chest. You get that the full release. Okay, so when you're doing your stepping drills, okay, you can incorporate this into. I'm doing like dragon pushing. I'm coordinating the concaving of the chest with the extension of the hands. See, coming out here, right here. Okay. Now, so the pounding stake, okay, it's that's kind of the full range motion. But the pounding stake, like I said, is from the Shinyi system. Okay, so get in your stance here, and you do one side at a time. And this is a shorter range motion. I use the dragon back here. See? So what I'm doing is my heel's coming up and down, and I'm trying to time that landing of the heel with the landing of my hand, or my forearm, whatever. Okay, and there's also a little exhale there as well. Okay, make sure you exhale on that extension with the pounding. Okay, so that helps to develop that kind of upper body energy. And of course, in order to test it, okay, have some object, a tree, a pole, whatever, here. See, if I don't land the correct time, let's say my heel lands down a hip. Oh, that's not right. Let's see. Then that's not right. But if I time at the same time, okay, and the reason why we're doing that heel stomping thing, it's very unlikely you're actually going to be stationary doing that, but it's to simulate the stepping. So when you punch, you want to land. You want to make sure that you time the landing of the hand with the step, okay? With the step, come in, and also as I do it, I'm learning to sink. So as I come in, I'm sinking, I'm dropping my weight, dropping. Like Jack Dempsey called it the drop step, bang, okay, bang, yeah. So you learn to make yourself low, okay? Make yourself low, root, bang, get that power, okay? All right, so the pounding stake. Okay, all right, so we covered quite a bit of material today. Okay, we had those kicking drills, and we had the pounding stake. Okay, now there are also pivoting drills and footwork drills. Okay, but these are very, very good to help develop power in the strikes, the lower body strikes and the upper body strikes. Okay, so anyways, I hope you found this useful. Any questions, as always, let me know, and see you guys soon.